Hello sir, hello everyone. This is Sri Lakshmi. Today I am going to present 3D network on-chip design for embedded ubiquitous computing systems. Ubiquitous high-performance computing applications such as cyber-physical systems, sensor networks, and virtual reality require the support of terascale embedded systems. Many multi-cores, mini-cores, and heterogeneous processors are becoming the typical design choices to satisfy these requirements. Here, inter-core communications has been one of the major challenges as it affects the bandwidth and power consumption of the multi-core processors. For this, Network on Chip presents a fast and scalable interconnection solution to fulfill the requirements of ubiquitous high-performance computing applications. In this paper, they proposed a novel 3D network on chip called Octagon for Ubiquitous Computing (OUC) that is designed for embedded ubiquitous computing systems. By comparing the simulation results, it achieves a significant decrease in latency on an average of 21.54% and 12.89% improvement in average throughput and, and latency. Let us know what is ubiquitous computing. Ubiquitous computing is a novel concept that constructs an environment with full of computing and communication ability, and the user could not feel the presence of the computers, sensors, and other machines with UC. The communication with these machines must be performed in a transparent way. Ubiquitous computing can remove the constraints of time, space, and media for users to access the computing resources. With the development of embedded ubiquitous computing, terascale embedded system on chip with many core processor support becomes an urgent requirement. Here, motivated by the rapid development of semiconductor industry, hundreds and even thousands of cores are integrated on one single chip. The interconnection between cores in SoC has become a critical problem that must be taken into account in high-performance many-core processor designs. For that, we are taking network on chip to reduce these. To achieve efficient interconnection among cores, many on-chip interconnection communication structures were proposed. Here, let us discuss about shared bus interconnection structure. It is a traditional interconnector structure for SoC, but the drawbacks are the bandwidth, power consumption, and clock synchronization. The bus interconnection lacks scalability as the routing complexity increases dramatically with the growth of the number of cores. Due to these limitations, we are going for network on chip design. Network on chip has been proposed as a novel interconnection approach to overcome the limitations of traditional buses for chip design. NOC takes the concept of computer networks into SoC design to separate the processing units and communication units. Here, NOC has a better scalability and the limitations were also reduced here by reducing the power consumption, and it solves the problem of clock synchronization. A NOC based system mainly consists of processing elements and a communication network in any topology, such as mesh, torus string, etc. Let us see some of the applications where network on chip interconnection technique is used. Some of the applications of NOC are here. NOCs have caught many companies and researchers' attention. For example, Intel has developed an 80-core teraflop research chip and a 48-core single-chip cloud computer using 2D mesh NOC in 2007 and 2009 respectively. In 2013, MIT's EM Square processor integrated 110 cores in a single die using 2D mesh NOC interconnection. By using the NOC interconnection, all these processors have gained large bandwidth and lower power consumption by using this NOC. Here, these NOCs are used by using any of the topologies. Let us see what is topology and what are the types of it. Topology is a key factor in NOC research since it concerns the layout and connection of nodes and links. Topologies with different scales and layout should be designed to satisfy the requirements of different computing systems. Besides of the network dimension, diameter, average distance, and bisection bandwidth, many other factors such as throughput, latency, or power consumption should also be taken into account in the evaluation. Here there are many topologies including 2D mesh, 2D torus, octagon, cluster mesh, tiny NOC, D-cell, twisted cube, and honeycomb mesh. These all have been proposed and analyzed since the birth of NOC. Let us see some of the NOC architectures by using these topologies. Here in the first figure, it shows a typical NOC with 3x3 2D mesh topology. The PE connects the communication network using network interfaces and links in NOC connect routers and NI or other routers. The PE can be any implementation of processors such as DSP, memory, and any other embedded modules. Let's see the second diagram. It is of octagon topology that was proposed by F. Curry Metal. It was used to solve the problem of lacking scalability for buses in SOC. Each of the router node has 3 neighbor nodes. This architecture provides short average distance since the distance between any pair of nodes is 2 hops. But the router that connects 2 octagons can be a bottleneck of communication with the increase of the number of nodes. Let us see the third diagram. The third diagram shows it is a cluster mesh topology where each router in the network connects more than one core. Here it shows every 4 cores are connected to one router, and this structure forms a cluster in C-mesh. The average distance between each pair of cores is reduced, but cluster-based topologies need the support of routers with more ports, which increases the complexity and area of the network. Here, by observing this, the number of nodes in NOC are getting increased, and it increases the complexity of interconnection. With the increased number of nodes in NOC, traditional 2D architectures suffer a severe limitation of chip area. The development of IC technology contributes to the 3D topology design for NOCs, which becomes a trend of future NOC design due to the less chip area and shorter links. Through silicon via TSV is a newly introduced technology for 3D NOC design, which increases the bandwidth between layers and reduces the chip area and communication latency. Since TSV reduces the length of the vertical links between layers to micrometer level, the latency for a packet transmitted through vertical links is largely reduced. Many techniques such as 3D DRAM stacking and solid-state drivers are using 3D TSV technology. To overcome the disadvantage of latency and area of 2D NOC, here they proposed a novel 3D NOC topology OUC for embedded ubiquitous computing in this paper. This topology provides a low network diameter and path diversity to ensure low network latency and network balance. Here, a minimal routing algorithm with fine path diversity for OUC is also proposed. This algorithm makes full use of all possible minimum paths to transmit the packets, which balance the traffic load to all the network and relieve congestions. Here, the main contributions of work include a novel 3D NOC topology for embedded ubiquitous computing, a minimal routing algorithm with path diversity in the 3D NOC topology, and a power-efficient architecture design for NOC-based embedded ubiquitous computing. Let us see the proposed OUC topology. The proposed OUC topology adds long link to each node to shorten the distance between any pair of nodes. Besides, the extra links also provide with better path diversity that benefits traffic load balancing. Is here in this figure, it shows the structure of one OUC layer. Here we define the OUC with the minimum nodes as the basic layer to ensure that each node in one layer can reach another node in the same layer in 2 hops with acceptable router ports. The number of nodes in one layer is said to be 8, and each node is connected with its 4 neighboring nodes. When the number of ports increases, OUC can be extended in two ways: vertical expansion and horizontal expansion. In horizontal expansion, the number of nodes in one layer can be increased from 8 to 16. But in vertical expansion, OUC is extended by connecting several layers vertically. Here, as shown in figure, the vertical links use TSV technology to ensure short link length and high bandwidth. By using TSV, the latency of vertical communication can be largely reduced. Extension in vertical direction also ensures a low network diameter and reduces the area of the chip. This vertical extension method efficiently overcomes the diameter and chip area problem caused by horizontal extension of octagonal topology. An OUC topology graph is an undirected graph. It is denoted as OUC of n, comma L, where n is a set of nodes and L is a set of links which connects the nodes together. The layer is a basic unit that consists of 8 nodes in OUC topology, and B layers construct the whole OUC topology. The size of OUC is described as 18 to B, where B denotes the number of the layers in the architecture. Layers are labeled as 0, 1, and so on to B minus 1 from the bottom to top. The nodes in each layer are labeled from 0 to 7 clockwise. The position of node is defined as Bi, Li, where Bi denotes the layer and Ni denotes the label of Ni. The parameters of topology are treated as important topology selection criteria. Node degree reflects the network cost caused by the routers. Network diameter influences the average latency, and the bisection width indicates both the latency and throughput. Here we compared OUC and 2D mesh of both 8 cross 8 size. Here as shown in the table, 2D mesh has a lower node degree but suffers from limited link resources and smaller bisection width. Meanwhile, at the expense of higher radix router, OUC achieves lower network latency and high throughput. And also, OUC has lower network diameter when n is less than or equal to 200, which means n denotes the number of nodes. Let us see the router architecture. The architecture of the router of OUC is as shown in figure. This router is based on traditional router that consists of input queues, route computation module, virtual channel, allocator module, switch allocator module, and crossbar. Each of the input channels is implemented by a few virtual channels. Here we use a 7 cross 7 crossbar to enable routing in 3D topology, while traditional router is 2D topology uses 5 cross 5 crossbar. This router uses credit-based flow control scheme. In credit-based flow control scheme, a counter is used for storing the available buffer of downstream router. The counter in the router that indicates the free buffer of the downstream router is decreased when a packet is sent to the downstream router. While the downstream router sends a packet to its downstream router, a credit signal will be sent to notify the upstream router to increase the counter. In this proposed work, router, both switch allocator module and router computation module need the counter value. This counter value contains the information of buffer uses of each port. It is used for indicating the network congestion. Here, the proposed good performance of load balancing besides of the router, the 3D router named DIMD, this was proposed by J. Kim, can also be used. But the flow control module must be modified to meet the need of this algorithm. The main idea of the proposed minimal routing algorithm is to fully utilize the path diversity property of OUC. Here, in this figure, if a packet is sent to the 0 to 4 node, it checks whether the packet is of this layer or not. And if it is not that layer, it sends it vertically to the up layer. And in the up layer, the 1,4 receives the packet and searches whether it is of that layer or not. If the packet belongs to that layer, then it sends to 1,5 processing element. Then the processing element 1,5 is enabled. By this, we can choose the packet paths easily. That means minimal path is selected rather than traveling the long distances. Let us see some examples based on this. Here, if node 0 wants to communicate with node 2, it checks the paths from where it can go to reach node 2. Here, the node 0 can go from 1 to 2 or directly go from 3 to 2. Whether if it receives a packet, it checks the minimum distance from 0 to from the source node to destination node and sends the packet in that particular route, in that particular path and route in the same layer. If suppose the 0 node wants to communicate with the 4th node, it checks all the possible ways to reach, all the possible paths to reach the destination node. Here, from 0 from 0 to 7 it can go, from 1 to 4 or 5 it can go, or it can go from 3. All the paths have the same distance. Then if all the paths have the same path length or same distance, then it checks the traffic load. In whatever the path the traffic load is low, then it chooses that path and sends the packet. Let us see the pseudocode of minimal routing algorithm. The pseudocode of this minimal routing algorithm for OUC is as shown below. We define the port connection connecting the neighbor node clockwise as port 0, the opposite as port 1, the port connecting node clockwise using long link is port 2, and the port connecting node anti-clockwise using long link as port 3. Here the input coordinates are BCLC and destination node BDLD. Going into the procedure, if it checks whether this one is the current layers and this one is the current nodes. If the destination node and layer is same as current node and layer, it sends to the local. That means the packet has been sent to the local. Else if not of the same layer and same node, then it checks whether if the layer is the down layer, that means 0th layer, if it is first layer, then it sends to the upper node. If it is first layer and it is 0th layer, then it sends to the lower node. Or else we can see here we define the neighbor node clockwise as port 0. So it goes to the port 0 and opposite port as 1. And then the port connecting node clockwise using long link, then it goes to the port 2. And the port connecting node anti-clockwise using long link, it goes to the port 3. We're talking about the experimental result. We evaluated the latency, throughput, and energy consumption performance of OUC topology and 2D mesh topology under hotspot and uniform traffic patterns. In both the patterns, the results were compared. Let us see in the tabular form. We use two 64 node networks for comparison. The size of 2D mesh network is 8 by 8 and the OUC network contains 8 layers, 64 nodes. We compared the latency, throughput, energy consumption, and other performances. Here the operational frequency is 0.2 GHz and the packet length is also decreasing. Here, let us compare in terms of latency. The latency performance 5 fleet length packets traffic is shown here. The average latency is greatly improved by using OUC topology compared with 2D mesh under all different offered loads and different traffic patterns. When the injection rate is less than and above 0.044 with hotspot traffic, the latency of two topologies are close to each other, but the latency of OUC is lower. The alternative path in OUC topology does not have much effect on the network when the workload is not heavy. The low network diameter ensures the OUC gains a lower latency at small workloads than 2D mesh. When the injection rate is under 0.04, the latency is about 34 cycles under both traffic patterns. As the traffic load grows, our OUC topology begins to outperform traditional 2D mesh in latency performance. Here, the latency of OUC is less than 2D mesh for about 10 cycles, or it is approximately equal to 35.3% when the injection rate is below 0.04. In the second figure, it is shown that the both the results are not same. Here the packet length is 5 flits, and here the packet length is 10 flits. By using the hotspot and uniform patterns for both the 2D mesh and OUC technologies, we can get the low latency by using the OUC technology. Comparison in terms of throughput. The throughput performance of two topologies under different traffic patterns and various traffic loads is as shown in figure. The packet length is 5 flits for the first figure. Here it can be seen that OUC shows a large saturation point for two traffic patterns. The saturation point of hotspot traffic is about 0.05, while 2D mesh reaches saturation point at injection rate 0.046, and the saturation point of uniform traffic is about 0.09 for OUC, while it is 0.08 for 2D mesh. Here the throughput results, here we're getting the high throughput by using OUC topology. And let us see the second diagram. It is of the throughput performance under 10 bit long packet traffic is shown here. It can be seen that the maximum throughput of OUC is larger than 2D mesh under both of the traffic patterns, like hotspot and uniform. Both the traffic patterns, we are getting the high throughput for OUC topology. Here we define the adaptability count as the number of times that the router finds alternative paths for a packet. This parameter can be used to measure the ability of adaptive routing of the routers. Under heavy workloads, the network with a better adaptive routing ability outperforms in latency, throughput, and network balance performance. In this figure, it shows the adaptability count of OUC and 2D mesh under various traffic loads with uniform and hotspot traffic patterns. At each injection rate, the total number of packets in both traffic patterns is the same. As we can see, the adaptivity count increases with the growth of the traffic loads. From traffic loads, overall, the adaptivity count of hotspot traffic is lower than uniform at all times. This can be explained by the feature of these two traffic patterns. In hotspot traffic patterns, more packets are sent to a few nodes called hotspot. Only the traffic near hotspot has a large possibility to gain an alternative path. Comparison in terms of energy consumption. Here in both the figures, it shows the normalized energy consumption of OUC and 2D mesh topologies under hot and uniform traffic respectively. The energy consumption is normalized as the energy consumption for 2D mesh is set to 1. In this figure, our OUC topology uses less energy than 2D mesh, and it saves about 3 to 22% of energy than traditional 2D mesh. While in the second figure, we can see OUC saves about 8 to 22.3% of energy than traditional 2D mesh. Obviously, our outperforms 2D mesh largely before the saturation point of 2D mesh topology. The simulator that has been used to evaluate OUC topology and traditional 2D mesh is OpNet, which is nothing but optimized network engineering tool, which is an efficient development, simulation, and performance analysis tool for networks. It can easily get the performance parameters like latency and throughput of the network by using discrete event simulation DES method. Here, the Orion 2.0 is used to evaluate the energy consumption of OUC and 2D mesh under uniform and hotspot traffic patterns. Orion 2.0 is a powerful tool for evaluating the power and energy consumption of network components. Here the frequency used is 900 MHz and the semiconductor process technology is 65 nanometers. While concluding this, many core processors have been a trend of future embedded ubiquitous high performance computing. Intercore communication is becoming a major challenge, and NOCs present a faster and scalable interconnection solution to fulfill the requirements of ubiquitous computer applications. In the paper, they proposed a novel 3D NOC architecture called OUC that provides low network diameter and path diversity to ensure low latency, high throughput, and good load balance performance. Here, by seeing the evaluation of the results, OUC and 2D mesh that OUC achieves a significant decrease in latency on an average of 22% and 13% improvement in average throughput compared with traditional 2D mesh under both the hotspot and uniform traffic patterns respectively. These are some of the references. Thank you.